it's a complex mixture of many things that weaken the body and that eventually changes a disbalance, a loss of self-regulation capacity, a loss of homeostasis in the body that makes this disease manifest. Let me tell you that we all live with a little bit of cancer. Cancer does not come like a falling star from outer space and all of a sudden it's in my body. Now, no, it has been there before. We all produce a few cancer cells every day. The number is in the many thousands, so it's still not many. But if these 1,000 cells that I produce today are not taken care of, my self-regulative, self-healing capacity, which mostly lies in my immune system, then I will have a problem in 2 or 3 years' time. So first thing I tell my patients is that I exchange their concept of cancer as something that came all of a sudden and totally unexpectedly somewhere from outside to a more realistic science-based understanding of cancer as something that has always been within us. It lies in our genes. Our cells carry three forms of genes, of building instructions for proteins that would change the cellular behavior from normal into cancerous. And the question is, how can I keep this silent danger, this potential danger of developing cancer, how can I keep this under control for my entire life so that I live my life fully joyful, creative, happily, and turn 80, 90, 100 years old without developing the manifest disease called cancer, with a few cancer cells that belong to the human nature, to the human condition, but that needs to be taken care of my self-healing system. And that's my point. What keeps us alive, what keeps us away from developing cancer as a manifest detectable disease is our immune system, or the totality of all the self-regulative capacities in our body, the pH balancing, the breathing, the detox, the nutrition, the water, everything we need to stay alive. And the medical discipline that studies the factors that we humans need to stay alive is a very young one. It's called salutogenesis, the science of salutogenesis. Salus is Latin and means health, and genesis means the creation of. So some 50, 60 years ago, a Russian scientist, Professor Aronovsky, developed this new discipline that he called salutogenesis. We need to study what keeps a healthy organism healthy, what keeps a healthy life alive. And that is the focus away from the symptom of the tumorous lump to the entire system around it, the terrain, the human body, inclusive the mind-body connection, that we need to study and understand in order to support the self-healing capacity of man so that we can live a happy and long life with a little bit of cancer in the background. So health is not the total absence of cancer. Health is not the total absence of viruses and bacteria either. We live with billions of viruses in our body. We live with billions of bacteria. Balance is the word. We need to be in homeostasis, and the same is true for cancer. So we need to learn what keeps cancer cells at bay and our health on top of the cancerous subpopulation in our body. And that's a totally different way of looking at health and cancer, as in the reductionistic world, where you pretend that there was no cancer ever in your life before, but now all of a sudden you have a cancerous disease and all you can do is to poison the cells. That's the reductionistic and somewhat misleading approach that I try to replace with a more realistic and successful approach that includes all the aspects that we speak about and that we work with.
Want to learn what the leading edge science says about the most proven anti-cancer diet? What about experiencing the joy and power of meditation, emotional freedom, energy medicine yoga, and ancient healing methods? Or how about learning from world-leading doctors and health experts what you can do to protect yourself and your family from chronic disease and live a long and healthy life? Imagine if you could learn directly from cancer conquerors how they beat cancer using holistic diet and lifestyle approaches. And imagine understanding why certain supplements work, others don't, and what to look for when choosing effective supplements for health and vitality. And what if every month you could get your most important health questions answered by world-leading integrative and holistic physicians and health experts? Now, it's all possible inside Healing Life. Join the health revolution today at healinglife.net.